Today I'm out here with Kentucky Afield's newest videographer, Cody Rowe. Cody, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good. Hey, so you recently started as a videographer with the Department of Fish and Wildlife. You've produced segments that viewers have already seen, but interestingly enough, they were deer hunts. Deer hunting is something that you've been around a little bit, but really never experienced yourself.
No, I'm from Spencer County. I grew up obviously in a great hunting community, but deer hunting and hunting in general just wasn't necessarily something that was passed down to me. My dad wasn't a hunter, my dad's dad wasn't a hunter, and it wasn't until I joined the Marine Corps that I started getting an interest in it.
Interesting enough, you talk about the Marine Corps. So when we interviewed you, you were not even in the United States. You were still in the Marine Corps. You were getting ready to come back to the United States and begin your civilian life. And within a month of being home, you were up a tree stand working for the Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Yeah, that's correct. As soon as I saw a position as a video producer with the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, I applied to it immediately.
All right, well, Cody, what you've got there is today's modern muzzleloader. So let's go ahead. We're going to put 2 of those in.
1, 2.
All right. Now take that and then push it in as far as you can hand push it. There you go. Now take your ramrod and push that down in there. Slam it down in there, and typically, now you kind of see we got powder, powder, projectile, right? See when it bounces like that?
Yeah.
That means everything is firmly seated all the way down. Now, all we need to do is cap it. We'll do that right when we're ready to fire. Let's go ahead and set it down here and get it ready.
Fire in the hole. Well, I can't see anything right now.
We got a backdraft. So this gun is actually sighted in at about 100 yards. So we're shooting at 50. I want this round at this distance to be about 1 inch high or so. Let's go see where we're at and see if any adjustments need to be made. So you were an outdoors person, shot guns, but not hunting.
That's correct.
So when you got this job, you had really never spent time in a deer stand. This was some of this was new, but a camera you were very familiar with.
For 5 years, I was a combat photographer. So for the duration of my enlistment, I was taking photo and video of Marines doing their thing.
So your job was to document, which is interestingly enough, that's what we do for Kentucky Afield, is we go out and document outdoor opportunities. That's almost a perfect shot. I mean, it is a hair to the right, but you are about 1.5 inches high at 50 yards. It's gonna put that bullet right in this range at about 100, and at 150, you're gonna be right on it. Plenty accurate for killing a deer. So I'll tell you what, let's fire one more round through it, and if it does anywhere in this area right here, we're good to go.
All right, sounds good.
So week 1, you start with the Department of Fish and Wildlife, you start as a videographer for Kentucky Afield. Tell me about that.
Within the first week, I was already in a deer stand. Was obviously super excited about that.
Because this was not just a regular deer hunt, this was an archery hunt, which you have to get so much closer to the game. So not being a hunter, there was a little bit of a learning curve for you, right?
Absolutely. Everything that I've been doing since I started as a video producer here has all been a first.
It was really interesting to me because after one of our first archery hunts, we were successful and took a doe. And then you were actually with me when I harvested a buck this year with a bow and arrow.
I thought it was the most fascinating thing. It really immersed me in a different side of the outdoors that I've never really experienced before. I started growing a huge respect for the different hunters out there and the challenges and the work that they put into just to put meat in the freezer and food on the table.
Well, you picked it up at a different aspect, still with the camera, kind of following us around, but you quickly started asking questions about how I get involved in hunting. What do I need to do? Do I need to get a tag? What tags do I need? What license do I need? And then you went ahead and completed your hunter safety course.
I received my hunter's education halfway through modern gun season.
So you'd already bought your deer tags, you'd already bought your hunting license, you get your hunter safety done, and we got a couple days left. So you were able to get out and hunt a day, but it didn't come together for you, right?
Unfortunately,
But I was reminding you then, I said, hey, don't be discouraged, because a couple weeks from now, guess what? Muzzleloader season, the late muzzleloader season in Kentucky is after the firearm season. I said, you got another opportunity. We're gonna make this happen. So you go, hey, I don't have a muzzleloader. I said, I don't have a buck tag. How about you take my muzzleloader, we take it to the range, sight it in, and let's try to get you out there on your first successful deer hunt.
We got a doe straight across the field, dead across from us, right through the weeds. That deer is probably a little out of range. We're looking at 150 yards. Let it get comfortable, and there'll be more that will probably come out, or it'll make its way to us. There's another deer coming out right now in the woods.
I see it.
These does right here, we're trying to let them get comfortable. They're just a little bit out of range. And they're kind of walking back toward the woods. And everything we've seen has been either in the woods or on the edge. So I think this is going to be a better spot to catch them funneling through.
I definitely like it a lot better than the previous setup that we were at a few days ago.
Deer right there.
I see it. Taking the shot.
I still see it. I still see it. I still see it. You were shooting at a different deer. So I didn't even see the bigger buck. I'm sitting up here looking at this deer 25, 30 yards in front of us. And when you pulled the trigger, I didn't want to tell you, but I thought you missed. And lo and behold, you were shooting at a different deer than what I saw. So I have to ask you, how did the shot feel?
It felt perfect.
Right there.
Oh yeah, yep, there it is.
My first hunt was 4 days long. We didn't really see that much action until 45 minutes ago. And I was able to get my first deer, and I was lucky enough that it was a buck, a nice buck at that, with a muzzleloader. Yeah, with a muzzleloader.
You killed your first deer with a muzzleloader, which is a little harder than a rifle. A couple years, you'll probably progress into bow hunting or crossbow hunting because you want to be in the field more days a year and you want a little more of a challenge. But man, you started off with a bang. Hunting and killing a buck like this with a muzzleloader in the late season, nice job.
Thank you.